Dime qué es lo que esperas. Dime qué quieres ver.
Good morning, beautiful ones. Welcome back to the House of Joseph. If you're new here, a very warm welcome to you. And if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. Now then, guys, in today's video tutorial, we're going to be having a close look at Max Factor's Pan Stick stick foundation. It's very thick, it's very creamy, and this will be a blind review, so I know nothing about what this one does for the skin other than what the bottle tells me and the literature in the shop. So that sounds like something you guys want to find out more about. Stay tuned. So beautiful ones, these are called Pan Stick Makeup Foundation, Stick Foundation. I got them from Sainsbury's, £6 each, which is really cheap, isn't it? And I got the two because the shade Fair is possibly a little bit too pale for me. So there's a new shade out called Nouveau Beige, or New Beige, whatever, and we can just try them on my old face and possibly blend them up together. So we'll play around with it and see how we can get the best out of this one, but I think it's going to be masked. I think we're entering Phantom of Opera territory before we've even got off the ground, guys. So guys, how I start off a blind review is just to describe what I can see in my hand. Now this is a 9-gram cartridge with, it's in a midnight sort of blue plasticky pot with some gold branding on the front and a gold label, a collar sort of thing around here with a twist up. Sort of, I haven't even opened this up, so I don't know what it looks like inside. And there's the barcode on the side, and on the back are some descriptions or directions for use. None of the ingredients are on this though anywhere. So, and I thought it is a legal requirement that companies supply ingredients either on the product or on the website, but we'll have a look at the website a little bit later on. But I think what I might do first, sorry, hands are shaking again. I've had a gallon of coffee this morning. Naughty me. Again, you know, I'll just read off the description and just see what claims we can glean from this one. And it's called, it just says normal to dry skin, rich creamy formulation, hides imperfections, and that's all. So they're the two claims we'll be looking for: rich creamy formulation and hiding imperfections. I'll definitely try to keep today's tutorial a little bit shorter than my bog standard 45 minutes or 5 hours, however long they've been. So, and as I said, these are in two shades, Fair and Nouveau Beige. And I think the Fair one, as I said, looks a bit too pale for me. The Nouveau Beige possibly could be a candidate for application. So without any further ado, I'll open up the Fair. And as you can see, it comes in a cartridge, basically, which you can then twist up to reveal the foundation. And I'll just put a swipe of him on the back of my hand just to see what that one looks like. Okay, quite a good color match so far for the back of, just wind this one back up because otherwise, you all know how clumsy I am. That will go everywhere if I don't. Yeah, can you see that there? I've just put that one. So I guess that could work on my face, couldn't it? I'll get the other one open and we'll put a swatch next door to him, shall we? So again, this one's Nouveau Beige and this is a little bit yellower than the other one, although I thought that the oh dear. Oh no, that doesn't look too bad. I thought it was going to be really brown the minute I got it out of the cartridge, but stop waffling, man, and get on with the review. Okay, leave me alone. Wow, that one's totally, well, it hasn't disappeared totally, has it? But then there's those two side by side, so I'll just, it drags a little bit on the skin, so it's going to be really full on coverage, I think. And I'll just blend that one in, so I'm using my birdie finger again on ye oldie rubber arm, which is making its umpteenth appearance today for you guys because it loves the spotlight, this old rubber arm does. Now then, very faintly fragranced. It's quite a nice smell actually. It reminds me of Johnson's baby powder. Does anyone know what I mean? Not offensive at all. I could actually live with that scent because it's barely there. It's not that cloying sort of. Right, okay. I've just had a look in the daylight over here, and it really is pretty full coverage, guys. So what I'll do now, guys, is just put a strip of that one down here and bring it onto my neck, and I'll do the other one too. So we'll start off with the Fair, the pinker one of the two. Again, just wind that one up. And there aren't that many reviews of this actually on YouTube. I was looking, and obviously I wouldn't read any of the reviews, but my mum's just Skyped me. So if you hear the old Skype thing going off, you know that's her. She normally doesn't Skype me until, sometimes we don't actually speak until like 8 or 9 o'clock at night, and it's only just 9 o'clock in the morning now. So can you hear that? There'll be hundreds of them now. So right, so let's have a little look. Wow, not bad, I guess, but you know, it's I just don't know what to say. It's my mum's birthday today. I've only just remembered. Shit. Better just go and say hello to her in a minute. But I'll just finish off applying this to these parts of the old face. Right. And now I'll put the Nouveau Beige one next to him. Ah, right, okay. So this could be the one we're going to use in the end for my whole face, couldn't it? Right. The one at the front has basically disappeared, isn't it? The one at the back's a little bit too pale. As I said, it does tend to pull on the skin, but doesn't matter, does it, for £6? Okay, so yeah, I definitely think the Nouveau Beige is the one we're going to play with today. What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon we should play with Nouveau Beige? Shall we have a game with Nouveau Beige? Shall we do that? Let's do that. Yep, no, I'm pretty pleased with that. Okay, so beautiful ones. Out of these two, I think we have now eliminated the fair, haven't we? So I'll put fair over there and we'll just focus our attentions today on Nouveau Beige. I think they do around 9 or 10 shades. I couldn't tell you for sure. Again, we can always check when we look at the website, can't we, beautiful ones? I've turned everything off now, so no more interruptions from happy birthday mothers or anything like that. So without any further waffle, we'll get some of this on my face straight out of the tube. So, and I'll start with the centre of the face. The colour match is pretty good. Wow, look at that. And it's, as I said, the form... Email, sorry guys, I need to leave that on though. Sorry, I wasn't lying. I did turn my other mobile phone off, but right, okay, well I'll just finger blend that way. Caught in the act, wasn't I? Oh dear, how are you all? You all okay, beautiful ones? Hope so. Sorry I haven't posted for a few days. I've got some stuff going on in my personal life which needs attending to. No excuse really, is there? But, you know, and I also think that if I post too regularly, then, you know, not that I'll ever run out of ideas of stuff to film for you beautiful ones, but what am I talking about? Stop waffling, man, and get on with that review. Okay, we'll do now, then let's just clean up stosh. So, what do we reckon to that? This is one application of Max Factor's Pound Stick in Nouveau Beige, and this formulation's been around for years. I mean, it was quite big in the 1940s with the Hollywood actresses and all of that, and it was really innovative at the time. Do you know what I mean? I mean, something like this, because up until that point, it were only cream foundations or powder foundations and stuff like that were the only thing which was available to the masses, and suddenly Max Factor came out with the Pan Stick, and I think he may have pioneered the pancake makeup as well, you know, the powder one which you've got to work into your face, and I think that there's it might be Makeup Forever or something like that, or is it Kevin O'Quan? Someone like that still sells a pancake makeup, but it's really expensive. Should we talk about this rather than stuff we can't get hold of? Let's do that. So guys, this is one layer of the Nouveau Beige Pan Stick makeup, and it does feel really, really, really moisturising on the skin. Not too greasy though, but I mean, look at that area there. Can you see it's given my skin a lovely glow, hasn't it? And yet it has united all of my my imperfections and stuff like that. Although, I just love the feel of it, and the smell of it's got, as I said, it's that very delicate sort of powdery sort of scent. But I don't think it's full coverage though, do you? Could be, couldn't it? I don't really know. So far, gorgeous ones. I'm quite impressed with this formulation. I've done a little video for you, as opposed to me taking photos all the time. So here's the video, and we'll talk about the foundation, what it looks like on the skin. It gives you a very, very sort of opaque look to the skin, a very... very mask. It could be a little bit mask-like, I guess. But in a minute, we'll try. I'll go and remove this layer, and then we'll play around with it. Maybe apply with a soap sponge. How does that sound? Although it does perfect the skin, and the colour match is phenomenal. I'm falling for this one big time. Again, only £6. Do you know what I mean, guys? But you can't go wrong, can you? I mean, what could you buy for £6? A coffee and a bagel, or a coffee and a croissant, or something like that. It's great, isn't it? So I'll go and remove this layer now, and then when I come back, we'll try with the, like I've got a jug of water, a bowl of water here, and my favourite sponge, in fact the only sponge I own currently. I ought to probably go out a little bit later on and go and invest in some decent sponges, shouldn't I, rather than just, you know, trying to makeshift all the time and doing stuff on a budget. But that's what this channel's all about, isn't it, guys? Okay, I'll stop waffling and I'll go and do that. Right, beautiful ones. I just removed, and all I did was just soak my jake off, put a little bit of soap on it, and wash my face with it, and the makeup came straight off. And I don't prime my skin, and I shaved, and to prepare my skin this morning, I don't use primers, moisturisers. I use the product straight out of the tube, so you can see how it acts on normal, basically clean skin. So, right. So guys, get your Pan Stick makeup, and this is an experiment. I've never done this before in my entire life, so not with this particular product. So just get your sponge so it's soaking wet. And what I'll do is I'll a load of this onto the back of my hand, because people use way too much foundation. They do, and the idea behind foundation is the fact that it's supposed to perfect or enhance your skin. Start off in very small layers and build up. So let's get a big dollop of him on the back of the hand, or the rubber arm, by another name. So just screw that one back down. The lid on him. And so there, you can see that there, can't you? So this is my sponge, and I'll just pick some of that one up. And this might not work, guys, because this isn't silicone based. I don't think it is anyway. So let's just start by applying. This could be the way forward. Can you hear it dragging on my skin? It's squeaking. Now, if this was a silicone-based formulation, we'd be able to use the soak sponge, but with water, with a silicone-based foundation, and it wouldn't make that dragging noise. It would just glide onto the skin. I think this could be a wax-based stick, because obviously you need wax to form the stick itself, don't you? And I think the moisturising agent could be something like mineral oil or an oil of some sort. I don't think, because silicones weren't even around in the 1940s. Well, they were around, you know what I mean? But they weren't used as extensively as they are today. Stop waffling, man, and get that makeup on them old chopses. Yes, sir. Right, so beautiful ones. That's one layer of the Max Factor Pan Stick makeup in shade Nouveau Beige applied with a damp sponge on the back of this hand. So just tidy up moustache. And I think you can tell immediately, can't you, that the finish on the skin, it's just amazing. I mean, it looks like there's nothing on my skin now, doesn't it? Whereas before it looked really, really masked, like fullest coverage possible. So again, we have sheared it down. So using the soak sponge method, and this is another video for you beautiful ones, you can see that my skin looks perfected now, although I don't think it's hidden my red marks on the top of my nose, do you know what I mean, from my glasses. So one of the claims was rich creamy formulation and hides imperfections, wasn't it? I guess if we used enough of this stuff, it would hide anything, do you know what I mean? I guess it would even hide birthmarks or something like that. However, I don't think that using the soak sponge method you would get a lot of coverage, although I guess I could go out looking like this now. I don't really know. I might go and have a look in the mirror in the bathroom in a minute. The mirror in the bathroom is the most unforgiving light in this entire building. So, and with it straight out of the cartridge, I went to the bathroom and it was all gathered around my nostrils and not really, really fake and obvious. So the colour match is superb though, and the scent of the formulation isn't too off-putting, which is 2 big thumbs up there from me. The formulation itself is incredibly hydrating. It just feels really, really lovely, especially for dry skin. So I guess that if you've got flaky, dry parts sort of skin, this would be great for you, especially if you want fuller coverage too. I don't think oily skins would benefit from this, or even combination skin. I think that you know, within about an hour to 2 hours you'd start to oil up or break through. Combination skin has T-zones, doesn't it? There's no mattification with this formulation at all, although there's no reason why you can't powder it down, is there, guys? No. Okay, so should we look at the website and then we'll close? So gorgeous ones. I have just checked in the bathroom again with the soak sponge application, and it looks brilliant. I'll be able to go out with this, you know, without anyone detecting anything on my skin at all, although my skin just looks perfected now, doesn't it? And it feels really hydrated as well. Not as hydrated as it did straight out of the cartridge, but certainly not dry at all. And as I said, my skin's normal to combination oily sort of skin, but a little bit drier in the winter, so I don't think I'd be able to use this formulation on a hot summer's day or something like that. But okay, should we look at the website rather than me waffling? So this is the maxfactor.com website, and there are 6 shades, and ours is the second shade in. So you've got, again, I'll put screenshots here. You've got number 12, True Beige, then number 2, Nouveau Beige, and then 3 is Fair, 4, Olive, so on and so forth. So, right guys, here's the description. Max Factor Pan Stick Foundation gives you full coverage with less effort. I guess straight out of the pot, yeah, I'll go along with that. What more could you want on the go? Ideal for convenient, fast touch-ups and great at covering blemishes, pigmentation, and even smoothing away the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles, or just lines and wrinkles. I put the fine bit in there just because. Another email, sorry about that, guys. Formula, its rich, creamy texture glides on easily and creates a perfect, dewy canvas for a great everyday foundation look. It took work, didn't it, to get to the natural, to what we've got right now, but certainly, wow. See his skin here just looks perfect, doesn't it? It hasn't hidden my lines, so I guess it just wouldn't, you know, cover up lines and wrinkles as they've just claimed, but I won't take any marks off for that. Makeup tips. Match the foundation with the skin tone of your jawline to find the right shade for you. And they've only got 6 shades, which I think that, you know, they need to expand that if they're going to be an inclusive range. And the darkest shade was, hang on, what was the darkest shade? Bisque Ivory, which just doesn't look anywhere near as you know, as deep as some people's skin tone. So again, Max Factor, if you're listening, you need to broaden your range. Max Factor Pan Stick can be used all over your face or to hide single blemishes. That's interesting. Max Factor Pan Stick can be used all over your face or to hide single blemishes. That's interesting, isn't it? So you can use it as a concealer basically. And I might do a separate tutorial on how to use Pan Stick as an under eye concealer. Why not? Always apply your foundation in good natural light to ensure even coverage. So again, they're giving you quite a good tip there, so you can see, you know, for tide marks or areas. Again, I didn't really notice until I was in the bathroom that it had gathered around my nose straight out of the cartridge. However, using the soak sponge, the application goes on much smoother, much more evenly, and because we're spreading it all around our face rather than just using our fingers. Apply with your fingers to warm pan stick and ensure smooth coverage. So what they're saying there is to warm it between your fingers. And how much is he? I think £6. I'm sure I paid £6 for it. It's not loading. And as I said, I got him from Sainsbury's and he was £6 for 9 grams, and I got 2 of those for £12. I can count, you know, guys, believe it or not. So guys, I'll just mark this out of 10. The midnight blue and the gold, I think it looks really classy, and I like the fact it comes in a little handy bullet, which you could then, you know, put it into your pocket or your handbag if you are a lady and you have bags, or man bags in my case. I don't actually use a bag, but get on topic man now. The one issue I had with the packaging is the fact that when you pull it up, it comes out really nicely, but you see that flat area on the top? That makes it really awkward to get into the nooks and crannies. So I mean, trying to apply that around the nostrils or areas that need a bit more precision. I'm not going to take any marks off for that though. But so the packaging definitely gets 10 out of 10 for me. Max Factor, if you're listening, a rounded top or a rounded top to the foundation would be better than the flat one. Formulation, out of the cartridge or the case thing, what would you call it? A bullet? Out of the bullet, I'll call it a bullet, shall we? Shall we call it a bullet, guys? Let's call it a bullet. Out of the bullet, I'd say perhaps a 9 out of 10, a little bit thick, a little bit obvious for me. However, with using a soak sponge, we definitely got to this in the end, didn't we? Which is amazing. And so I'm going to give that 9 out of 10. Price, 10 out of 10, maybe even 15 out of 10, £6 for that one. And that would last you ages because it's pretty concentrated too, guys. The only skin that wouldn't be able to benefit from this, as I've said before, is oily combination skin. So guys, Max Factor's Pan Stick Foundation in shade Nouveau Beige is going to be entered into the Hall of Endorsed Products by the House of Joseph. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. Similarly, consider subscribing and hit the notifications button to all so you're notified every time I release new videos. And also, it just helps the channel to grow. And don't forget to like and comment either. And I wish you gorgeous ones a beautiful Monday. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all very soon. Lots of love.